This is Danny Gould with the Selling Silicon Valley Group. Welcome everyone to another Silicon Valley snapshot for the first week here in February of 2020. My goodness, every year the months seem to get faster. We're already in February, and I know that many of us are mourning the Super Bowl. I won't go there. However, let's move forward and let's talk about the housing market. The Mercury news has impressed me. Their reporting is only a month off as opposed to the typical 3 months off. So I gotta give credit here to Lewis Hansen with the Bay Area News Group. And Mercury News, after lull, Bay Area home prices regain speed. Perfect. Well, this is something that we've been talking about now. And so I wanted to kind of go over the article with you real quick, and then we'll delve into the county numbers and give you a baseline for what we can expect moving into the spring market of 2020. After a months-long slump in the Bay Area home prices, the market appears poised to drive higher as buyers act on low interest rates and fight for scarce inventory. Okay, so two things pointed out here. Number one, low inventory. Number two, interest rates. Interest rates are phenomenally low. They're the lowest. They're the lowest basically you could possibly ever imagine. So if you're a buyer, act. Also, the reason to act is when you look at this and when you look at the county numbers right now, we are poised, as the Mercury News has so aptly brought to our attention, for a very competitive, highly appreciating spring market. Is it the spring market of 2018? Perhaps, probably not at this point, just based off the preliminary numbers, but it might be close. The article here, as it goes on to discuss, we're looking at higher mortgage interest rates and home prices soaring beyond the reach of most would-be buyers contributed to the slowdown. Okay, and this is true, right? If you've been watching these videos for any period of time, you will know that in 2018, the economy was artificially slowed down by the Fed. They artificially slowed the market down by jacking the rates up. Right now, they try to bring life back into the market because, let's face it was dead there for a while, and that's what it says here in the article. And so, if we look here, the article has a sentence that I thought was very interesting. So, the market didn't slow down during the holiday season. Activity has remained strong for homes around 1 million. That's where the most competition is. So, remember, if you've been watching these videos, the core message for the last 3 months was that the condo and townhome sector was in trouble. And what I'm about to show you with the numbers is that the condo and townhome market is due for a much-needed resuscitation, or a much-needed resuscitation is coming, and it's long overdue, but it's here, and we'll show you why that is in just a second. But it's important because, as he noticed, as the writer noted, the townhome and the condo sector are not necessarily around 1 million, but it would be in the range of affordable housing. And I think that's what they're really getting to, because that's just one man's opinion. What we're really looking at here is that meat and potatoes range of home, whether it's a single family, condo, townhome, but in that 800 to 1.2 range is highly coveted here in the Silicon Valley. And so you're going to get a lot of competition in that price range. In fact, further on down the article here says active inventory in Santa Clara is extremely low. One client offered $970,000 on a 3-bedroom home in Blossom Valley. The offer was nearly $200,000 over asking. 46 bids. Sound familiar? It's getting eerily similar to where we were for many years here in Silicon Valley. In fact, I wouldn't say eerily similar. It's pretty much exactly identical. Some of these offer situations. Now, not every home is in that same boat, but we are we are approaching, and as I predicted, if you've been watching these videos for any period of time, I predicted that February was going to be a ludicrous time to sell your home. And that is coming to fruition here as we speak. And so you still have opportunities if you're a home seller. These next few months will be good for you. And let's look at the numbers and see exactly why that is. So we went totally old school on this, guys. We drew up the numbers here on the board. And if we look at the county data here, in January of 2019, we had 515 active condos and townhomes, 209 pending. Way more active inventory than buyer demand. Versus January of 2020, we had an average of 258 actives. So when you look at that, we reduced the number of inventory in half, and we increased pending sales by 100. So the demand is there. It is there in droves in the condo and the townhome sector, and that is inevitably going to resuscitate the prices here in Santa Clara County. Now, if we look back in the article here, something that was said that I thought was very, very important is Santa Clara County had its first year-over-year gain since December 2018. The county had seen prices for single-family homes drop 11 straight months after years of a scorching market. So, first year-over-year gain. Now, that's in the single-family sector. However, that eventually is going to play itself out in the condo and the townhome sector as well. We're going to see year-over-year gains here fairly quickly. And that's great. That should be great news for you if you're a condo or a townhome owner here in Silicon Valley. Let's look at the single families though. The single families in 2019, 1,073 active. This year, 568. We have the number of inventory. Pending sales practically the same, 502, 505. So the buyer appetite has remained consistent. The only thing that's changed is the inventory levels. And with inventory levels, it's basic economic theory, right? Less supply, consistent demand. What happens to prices? Well, prices have to go up, right? And in the condo and townhome sector, it's a double whammy because you got halved inventory and you're increasing the appetite pretty significantly. I mean, we're talking about we're talking about literally a 50% increase in buyer appetite year over year, which is incredible when you think about it. And it's interesting because I've been doing this for a year now. We've been doing these snapshot videos consistently for a year now, and I've been talking about this. I've been preaching it, and I've been saying, do not wait. If you're a buyer, you're gonna get burned. You're gonna get burned. You're gonna get burned. Folks, I've had so many buyers sit on the sidelines. They're waiting for a crash. What crash? What? Barring some sort of extraneous economic circumstance, we are primed for another highly appreciative market here in highly appreciating market here in Silicon Valley for the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6+ months, and who knows what's going to happen. And I was actually just talking to my team, and this is how we'll end this video. This is what I was telling my team is that we don't have a crystal ball, obviously, and the reason that I always encourage my clients to act if it's in their best interest, right? And if it's in their best interest to act, I always encourage them to do so in the present moment, because we only have the facts now, right? We have trends to guide us for future, but we don't know what's going to happen. And however, almost all of my predictions for the entire year have been fairly accurate. But nevertheless, I don't have a crystal ball. I won't know what's going to happen. But here's the thing: if you're a home buyer, you've squandered an amazing opportunity in 2019, an absolutely amazing opportunity, and if you did buy, congratulations, kudos to you. But for those of you that sat on the sidelines, squandered. Sellers, if you're selling your home, put it on the market in the next 30 days, please. Do yourself a favor. Do yourself a big favor, because those numbers, those inventory numbers are going to go up, right? Heading into the springtime, and you don't want to get caught in the middle of the reactionary web that is the Silicon Valley. Who knows what's going to happen? If enough sellers catch wind of what's happened over the last 30 days here in Silicon Valley, and what's going to happen in the next 30 days before all of this becomes news and relevant, who knows what? Perhaps we'll get a complete surge of inventory like we did a la, mid to late 2018, and all bets are off at that point. And if you're a buyer, you'll be in real estate Costco for the next 3, 6, 9 months. So it's really hard for me to sit here and predict what's going to happen. But all I can say is that if you're a home seller, be mindful of the fact that this is the perfect storm. This is the perfect combination for you to achieve maximal value at this point. If you're a buyer, write high and write once. Write once, but write high. Don't be the buyer that writes 20 offers and ends up getting a house for $150,000 more than they would have paid for it 3 months ago, because it happens all the time here in Silicon Valley, and it's going to happen to many people this year. So write to win, and the right agent, the correct agent, like the Selling Silicon Valley Group, will assist you in really figuring out what needs to be done. I mean, guys, in 2018, my team had a 75% success rate at getting our clients' very first offer accepted. Period. In the competitive market that it was, 75% success rate. And that's because we only make offers on homes that we really love, and B, when we write the offer, it's the same formula, same package every single time, but it's structured in a way to make sure that we're giving ourselves every opportunity to compete for the home. And the way that we negotiate ultimately is predicated upon knowing that in this kind of market, the buyer who gets the house is the winner of the negotiations, period. So buckle up, everyone. It's going to be a wild spring. This is Danny Gould with the Selling Silicon Valley Group, and I'll catch all of you in the next video.